All right, everybody, welcome. Here we go. Setting our plans for 2022 because it's going to be a big year, the year of receiving, right? I keep saying it and it's true. It really is the year of receiving. So we've got to ask big, ask for what you want. No more of the small stuff. Okay, just see if you can let those people in, Helen, as we go along. Okay, setting a cracking plan. 2022, but we are going to be doing so much more than that. Now, for those of you that have never met me before, hello and I'm so pleased to have some new faces in here. I love empowering women to absolutely achieve their dreams because together we honestly are rising. So I'm Michelle Clark, Energy Maverick, for women everywhere, all over the world, empowering them to really turn up their sparkle, turn up their magic, and make their businesses serve them. Because in my experience, we set up businesses that we then need to take holidays from. We set up businesses that don't serve us and our family. We hustle and grind because we see other people doing that, but we don't really think about what we want to achieve. So that's what you're here for today, right? To figure out exactly how you can grow your business in a way that works for you and then set a plan to do that. So what we're going to do is we are going to set a very clear direction and focus for your business growth, an achievable goal that lights you on fire, a usable annual strategic plan, defined quarterly goals, and a roadmap for success. We have a lot to do, and I'm going to spend quite a bit of time explaining each of the steps, but I do work very fast, and I'm going to ask that you work fast with me because the more you think, the more you let your brain come in and start spewing all over your dreams, right? Like the fast answer is always the correct answer. So we're going to work really fast. Okay, how we roll. We go through everything extremely quickly. If you have any questions, I just want you to type them into the chat box for me, and I will answer those at the end for you. Just trying to find somewhere to put us so we're not in the way. And I'll answer those questions for you at the end. If you're not used to working with me, I swear a lot and I get very excited. If you can't cope with that, then you're not going to enjoy this workshop. Okay, what is it like to not have a growth plan? It's fucking hectic. If you don't have a plan, then you don't have a solid structure in place. And as women, we're doers, right? Like we hustle. If there's something that needs to be done, give it to a busy woman. She's going to get it done for sure. But we need a plan and to stick to the plan. And in my experience, us women love to say yes. So someone comes along and, husband comes along, darling, could you just do this for the day? Or a client comes along and says, could you do this for me? Get used to sticking to your plan instead of responding to every single whim. Your business plan has to become your God, your guru, right? If you stick to your plan and make space in your life to stick to that plan, then everything else will just unfold around it. Business the hard way and the easy way. This is the way that I used to do business, chopping and changing from one thing to the next. Each idea rapidly turns brown and sludgy because it seems like a good idea at the time, but we forget to match it to what we actually want. So we build something, and when we built it, we're like, I don't fucking want that. So then we build the next thing, right? So taking time to think about what you actually really want is a very good idea. Being on the roller coaster of, oh my God, I just made $5,000 to, oh my God, where is all my money this week, right? That's no fun for anyone. You want to be having consistent money in your bank account, being calm, clear, and certain. One day, drowning in imposter syndrome or hiding underneath the covers, and the next day feeling on top of the world. If you plan, then you'll know that your plan is going to succeed. So you just take the bumps and the troughs as you move along. The easy way is sitting at your desk knowing what you need to do today because you have a plan that will actually lead you to success. Being so clear and excited about your business growth and direction that you cannot wait to start your day. Move him out of the way too. Okay. This stuff works, right? Planning your business and staying focused instead of flitting off and doing other bits and pieces, staying focused to your plan is what gets results. I've done this plan with people over and over and over and over again. It works, right? So really pay attention when you're setting this plan. Right, first up, clarity. Everyone got a pen and paper? Okay, all right, clear direction and focus for growth. So we're going to cover clarity on what you really want and how to grow, clarity on options for business growth, and then clarity about your capacity for business growth. These are the things that will really make it work. So these are things that I want you to answer now, but quickly. If you could do anything and have it work out perfectly for you, what would that be? In my experience, people tend to think about what clients want or where the gap is in the market. And that's what we taught, right? When I did my MBA, that's what we taught. Look for the gap in the market and then create something to fill it. Such a male-orientated way to build a business. It just doesn't work for us because we're all soul-led entrepreneurs. So we need to build something that absolutely lights our ass on fire. Because let's face it, being an entrepreneur is hard. If it's not lighting your ass on fire, you're not going to have the impetus to get up and do it every day. So what do you want? You don't want to build something that chains you to your desk 9 to 5 every single day, because you might as well go out and get a corporate job. So if you could have anything and have it work out perfectly, what would that be? And here's the truth. If you follow your bliss and you follow your joy, you can't really go wrong. Your joy is actually the clue for you, instead of what you think will sell. Sell what you want to sell. And I know that's hard in the beginning. God, I mean, I used to try and sell what I thought people wanted as well. And you can make mediocre money doing that. But you don't get to a life of freedom, and you certainly don't get to all the money. Now, I want you to think about why. So if you've already written down, if you could have anything and have it work out perfectly for you, what would that be? And I mean, don't just write down $1 million, right? Because if you just want to make the money, if you just want to make $1 million, again, like invest in shares or buy property or do something else. Like the entrepreneurial road is, if you're doing it for the money, you're doing it for the wrong reason. It's going to be a hard old slog. There are easier ways to make money than building a business. So if you could do anything, I'm talking about the thing that you're doing in the world, like what lights you up. Is it teaching people to feed themselves from their gardens? Is it teaching people to handle their finances so they can buy their first house? Is it teaching people to live healthy lives? Like, what is it that you're doing in the world? And then why? Why do you really want to do that? Your why is important, because when you're marketing, it's your why that attracts people. Like my tagline, together we shall rise, that's my why. I want to raise women up. And then I want you to think about what you've written down and think about what it would give you. If your dreams come true and you could have anything that you ever wanted and have it all work out perfectly for you, what would it give you? What is the difference it would actually make in your life? Because if it's not actually also going to serve you, it's not going to work. Okay, we're going to move on before your brain starts sabotaging our work. Now on to how you want to actually grow your business. Thinking about what you really want from what we did on the previous slide. How would you like to achieve that? Do you want more clients and sales, or do you want fewer clients but paying more money? Do you want more one-on-one clients, or do you want to reach a larger audience of people? How much money do you want to make? How much time, money, and brain space, as in how many resources do you have that will allow you to do that? And do your current platforms, resources, and skills match the desired direction? So if you want to make $1 million a year, do you have the platforms and the audience and the branding and the everything else to go with it? Or is 100,000 a more realistic goal for you to set? Okay. Don't think about those too hard, okay? Just quick answers. Remember, this is all recorded, right? And I'm going to send it out to you guys tomorrow. So you can always go back and do this. In fact, you should go back and do it every single year. Okay, options for business growth. Growth options to consider. Like, really think about it. What is the option that most appeals to you? Moving from low ticket to big ticket, extending your range of offerings, serving groups instead of one-to-one, outsourcing parts of your business, adding employees, scaling down and serving less clients but at a higher price, or moving your offerings online? Which of those scalable options most appeals to you? Because you don't want to have multiple options, right? You're not a multi-corporate business with a 10 people strong team of marketing and all the workers doing all the work. You're one woman. And then think about, do you have the skills? Like if you want to add employees, do you have experience with managing employees? All right, about your capacity for business growth. Does your business growth selected match your desires, lifestyle, resources, and strengths? Will the growth method produce the income you want? If you want to add more products, let's say you're selling widgets and they're $10 each, and so you're just going to add more widgets, but you've decided that you want to make 100,000 a year, and at the moment you're only making 50. Is adding 2 more $10 widgets going to get you another $50,000 a year, right? How many of those units would you have to sell? And if you're already only selling, let's say, 10 units a week, and you'd need to sell another 30 units a week, is that something that you have the space to do? So have a think about it realistically, because otherwise we just set ourselves up to fail, right? Which is terrible. You're far better off to have slow growth than rapid growth and not get there. But rapid growth is available to everyone, but you have to dedicate the time and the resources to it. So do you have the resources already? Or are you going to need to add to it? Do you have the money to get the resources and the help that you need? Do you have the time and the brain space to achieve what's required? Will the growth give you what you value most? Will it give you freedom, or will it tie you to your desk? Will it make you more money, or will it just make you fucking busier? Do you have the skills and knowledge already? All right, take a few seconds to write down any lists of new resources that you'll need, any actions that you'll need to take, and any support that you're going to need to get the growth in your business in 2022. Okay, goals. Let's set a goal for 2022. Achievable goals that light you on fire. So we're going to talk about things to consider for setting goals at work, setting goals the magic way, and learning what to do with the goal that you set. There's no point setting a goal and then doing nothing with it. When you're setting goals, not all goals are created equal. Sometimes we set cool goals, as in I want to make $1 million a year because all your friends are saying they want to make $1 million a year. If the $1 million a year is not important to you, don't include it in your goal. Like, don't say that you want a Ferrari when actually you're quite happy driving around your Suzuki Swift. You don't have to want what other people want. Think about what you actually want. About aiming too high and too low, it depends on who you are. So we're talking about meta programming here, right? So some people, if you set a really big stretch goal, they'll really stretch themselves and hustle to get it. Like it will inspire them to get out of bed because they never, ever fucking lose to anyone. They're like, damn it, I will bloody reach that. So setting a bigger goal for those type of people works because it lights a fire under their ass. However, if you've got a turtle that sticks their head in the sand when they get a bit fearful, or when they start to lose motivation because they're not achieving something, setting a smaller goal will help them to achieve it. So have a think about what sort of person you are. Do you lose motivation if you're not reaching your goals? Set a smaller goal. Do you get more fired up when you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna win? Then set a bigger goal. And when you set a goal, Never set a goal that you know that you're not going to achieve, right? You need to be able to trust yourself. If you continuously set goals that you don't stick to, I mean, like saying, you know, oh, right, I'm going to lose 2 kilos this month and lose a Christmas weight, and then you don't do it. Like, it's no big deal, right? It's only 2 kilos, who cares? But what you're doing is you're not trusting yourself. You're proving to yourself again that you don't have the fucking stickability to do what you want. It's the same in business. Right. So this month I'm now going to build myself out a new offering, and I'm going to get 50 people signed up to my newsletter. And then you don't even make the form so that people can sign up. So you're proving to yourself that you actually don't have what it takes, right? So when you write something down, make sure you do it. Now, lastly, emotions and what they have to do with manifesting you into reality. If you cannot feel the power of the goal that you set, it is nigh on impossible to bring it into reality. The feelings, not the emotions, but the actual feelings, I've got the wrong word in there, the feelings, like the actual physical feelings that you feel inside your body are what will help you to reach your goal. So let's jump in and set them. I want you to set them in this way. I feel now that I am by. So for example, start with now that I am. So your goal might be, I have 1 new online group coaching, and I have 2 new no-touch online courses, and I'm receiving $100,000 a year from this by December 2022. So start with what you actually want, and then really tap into it. So really tap into your heart and your soul. Like, close your eyes for a second. Everyone, actually close your eyes. Think about what you want, first of all. So what we talked about in those first couple of slides, how you're actually going to get the business growth. Now close your eyes. Imagine that you have it already. You're already doing those things. You can see your delighted customers. You can see your delighted face because, oh my God, you actually did it this year. You did exactly what you said you were going to do, and it feels super good. And now breathe into it and feel it in your body. Feel where it is. Is it in your chest? Is it in your stomach? Is it in your legs? Is it in your arms? Locate it in your body. And if you're not used to feeling things in your body, practice until you can. It's important. And then what is that feeling? Is it fast? Is it slow? Is it warm? Is it cold? Does it have a color? Does it have a sensation? Is it prickly? Is it smooth? Is it fuzzy? If you had to describe it with one word, what would that one word be? Okay, and now open your eyes and write out your goal. I feel, write down that feeling inside your body. Now that I am, write down how you're going to achieve your business growth and the amount of money you're going to be making. And then insert a date. Can be a 6-month goal, can be a 12-month goal, but just remember your resources and your time capabilities. And whether you want to set a stretch goal or an easy goal. Might not be a money amount, it might be a client amount. It'll be whatever you like. Some people get motivated by seeing a money goal. Some people get scared. There's no point in setting a goal that every time you look at it, it scares the knickers off you, right? Because it's going to put you into the wrong energy. So make sure you feel excited when you look at your goal. If you look at your goal and think, yeah, fucking right, then set something that you can look at and go, right, I'm going to do it, but it's a stretch. So there's a fine line. Make sure that your goal has positive language. So I want you all to go ahead and type your goal into the chat box. What I mean by positive language is you don't want words like don't or can't. And you want everything in the present tense. So writing it out as if you've already done it. And if you can't quite get your goal out, that's right. We can have a look at them in the Q&A section. Really take your time with your goal, because you're going to be connecting to it every single day, every day. And even if you don't necessarily achieve exactly your goal, right? The universe might lead you in different directions than what you've actually written out for your goal. It gives you somewhere to aim for, right? You don't just get in your car and go, oh, we're going to go on holiday and drive around till you find somewhere that you like. Although that is one kind of holiday. Mostly you don't, right? Mostly you, even if you were doing that, you might be like, well, I'm going to head north or south. So you'd still have some direction. So the goal gives you an anchor, gives you something to anchor into. Okay, connecting to your goal every day is only everything, right? Only absolutely everything. You need to be connecting to your goal every single day. It's the first thing that you think about when you wake up, really, right? Especially when you're super passionate about your business. And that's what I mean. Like if you're trying to grow a business in a direction that you're not super passionate about and dedicated to, you're not going to have the impetus to do it. If your business idea is not lighting your ass on fire, then change it. Change what you're doing. Do only what brings you joy. So there are some ways that you can connect to your goal every day. You can write it on your mirror. You could record it as a voice memo on your phone and listen to it every day. You can write it on the outside of your journal so that when you journal in the morning, it's the first thing that you see. You can write it on Post-it notes and put it all over your house. Just put it absolutely everywhere. The more you connect to it, the better. You can get sticky notes you can put on your phone, like an app, sticky notes that goes on your phone and on your computer. So you can put them absolutely everywhere. Only share your goal with those that won't rain on your parade, because energy matters most. Right? If your husband is fearful about money, or your friends are fearful about money, or your mum's fearful about money, don't tell her about your money goals, right? Because they're only going to be like, oh, well, maybe you should set something smaller, or they're going to tank your energy. Your goal should really be guiding your every action. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. It should keep you on track. It'll keep your focus, and it will help you to take aligned action rather than just busy work, right? That's the secret to success, aligned action instead of busy work. Check your level of commitment to achieving your goal. Like when you look at your goal, at the goal that you've written down, how committed are you to achieving it? Are you like, fuck yes, there is no way in hell that I'm not going to achieve this goal? Because unless you can bring that level of enthusiasm to it, it's not going to happen. Now, aligned actions, because we've talked about aligned actions are actions that will get you towards your goal. So you can use your goal as a guide, right? So when you're thinking about an action that you want to take in your business, when you're doing your weekly business review and your weekly business planning, look at your goal and the actions that you set out for the week ahead. Do they match the goal? Are those actions going to actually get you towards your goal? Or is it just a bit of frou-frou, a bit of glitter? And just a small word, the difference between fear and being off track. When you are off track with your life's purpose, it can feel a little bit like fear in that it feels heavy, but it's different, right? Fear can come along when you're still in alignment and you're still moving toward your goal. But fear comes whenever you do something different, because our brains are hardwired to keep us safe. So every time you do something different, back when we lived in clans and tribes, right? When you did something different, it wasn't safe for everyone else. So it was actively discouraged. So whenever you do something different, that's why when you share your goals with people, with your big, business goals with people, they try and tamp you down a little bit. Like, have you heard the expression, I can't even, it's not coming to me now, but with tall poppy, and they're like, oh, she's too big for her boots, and people don't like you being different. They don't like you succeeding. So don't fucking share what you're doing with them. Succeed on your own terms anyway, and don't worry about what anyone else thinks about it. Because by listening to other people be fearful, That fear seeps into you. Don't let the fear seep in. Don't be looking at social media all the time. Don't look at the news, right? Oh, now's not the time to grow a business. Have you seen the economy? Bullshit. Right? Absolute bullshit. You can grow a business in any economy. In fact, lots of businesses do even better in recessions, right? So just do not fall into it. Hang out with people that have a good mindset. And I know that they're few and far between. Like if you think about it, like some of you in my business acceleration club, so you know lots of other business women now, but how many friends do you actually have that own their own businesses? Not that many, right? We're few and far between. All right, now it's time to think about how you're going to connect to your goal every single day. So write down what action you are going to take to connect to your goal every single day. Whether that's on your mirror, in your journal, or a voice recording, you decide. And then consider how and when you're going to take aligned action. Because in order to reach your goal, you're going to have to work on your business, not just in it. So are you going to dedicate 2 hours a day to working on your business? And where's it going to fit? Is it in the morning? Is it in the evening? Where fits for you? Because if you don't plan it out, it just never happens. In the Business Acceleration Club, I teach you to do it first thing in the morning because otherwise life gets in the way. Okay, annual strategic plan, your guide to business growth. We're going to discover what's included in an annual strategic plan. We're going to create a strong vision. So I'm going to do a bit of visualizing with you guys, because if you can visualize something, right, you will never, ever be showing something that is not for you. If you can visualize the outcome of the goal that you've set, then you can know with 100% certainty that it's available to you. It's just about taking the right actions and doing what it takes until it takes, right? If we try something and it doesn't work, then try something else. It's about being committed to doing what needs to happen consistently. And then we're going to consider your success factors. Right, annual strategic plan is really an overarching statement about the end game that you are working towards. It will include your goal, how your life and business will be different when you reach that goal, quarterly targets, monthly focus, and your celebrations. There's a template that you can put it onto. Right, there's a workbook that was emailed out to you guys, unless you enrolled late, in which case we'll email it out to you afterwards. But there's a template in there where you can put it onto a one-page document and put that onto your wall. You can set an annual strategic plan for 5 years, and corporates do, but you'll find that being an entrepreneur, that you want to pivot. You don't want to tie yourself into anything too tightly, and you don't really need that 5-year plan, because your 5-year plan is your purpose work, right? So your purpose in the world. So for me, raising the vibration of women and raising them up and giving them back their power, that is my 5-year plan. It doesn't really matter how it happens, but I set an annual strategic plan to guide me in what I'm doing each of those years. Okay, so you got your goal already. So now let's future forward this. It's important for the manifesting. So I want you to close your eyes and we're going to vision your goal. So close your little peepers with me. Settle into your body a little bit. So just wriggle your little body around a little bit. And we're just going to set up your alignment so you can take full breaths. It's important. So I want you to turn on your tummy muscles, lean back a little bit in your chair. Raise your chest upwards. And just notice you can take a full breath now that your diaphragm can fully expand. And I want you to feel your goal. So the measurement that you set, whether it was a number of clients or a number of courses or a monetary goal. Another big breath. And the things that you said you were going to do to get there. Building new courses. Creating new products. Adding products. Outsourcing. Scaling. Take another big breath and feel the sensations in your body, the ones that you set out for the goal. Locate it in your body. Locate the sensation and the color. And now I want you to slightly rise up out of your body a little bit. I'm talking about rising your soul up out of your physical body. So your physical body is perfectly safe right there. We're just going to float up and out of that body a little bit, kind of just with our perceptual vision, right? So that we can look down. We're going to be floating somewhere around the ceiling. And as we look back down, I want you to see the scene beneath you. And you're now witnessing the scene, the end of the year. It's now December 2022. And you're seeing your work, your clients, and you in your environment. Don't think about it too hard, just let it float to you. And if you're new to this and it's difficult, it's okay. It's just a muscle. You can just practice it. You can come back to this recording and just keep practicing. And I want you to watch what's going on beneath you. And just take note of what you can see. Who are the people there? What are you doing? What are you saying? What are you hearing from other people? What's the energy in that space like? What are the things that you are most proud of at this point? And what are you now certain of? What do you know to be absolutely true for you now that you have achieved this? And now that you have already achieved this, what do you believe to be true for you? Let's take a few deep breaths for me and really cement that belief into your body. Let it flood through you, wash through you, so that it becomes a part of your core being. And with this absolute level of certainty and this newfound belief, what were the 3 things that you know led you to that success? And now take all this knowing and this new belief and these feelings with you. You can feel your body in the chair. Just move it around a little bit. Bring your consciousness back inside your body. Take a few breaths. Feel the air on your skin. Hear the sounds in the room around you, ticking clocks, breathing animals. Wriggle your fingers and your toes. Tap your fingers on your knees. Come back to your physical body and open your eyes when you're ready. That level of certainty, my darlings, is what you need every day. And the way to get that level of certainty is to ignore the fucking outside world. The outside world has nothing for you, especially in the morning, right? The morning is when you're most connected to soul. The morning is when you want to be connecting to your goal, connecting to your vision. And just take a few moments now to write down what you saw in that vision. Connect to that vision every single night. And then once you get off this call, for an extra bit of homework, I want you to write down what you will be, do, and have that is different. That's an alignment for you, not for what someone else thinks is cool, but for you. What would it be cool for you to be, do, and have? So you might be confident that you run a global brand and that it's going to go out there and change masses in the world. You might be doing only 2 days of work. You might have a whole support team of people supporting you. Okay, recording your actual annual strategic plan. I want you to use the template that's in the workbook, okay? But I'm gonna show you what should be plugged into it. By the way, you want to be reviewing your annual strategic plan every single week as part of your business reviews. That's something that we do inside the Business Acceleration Club. Okay, every time a new shiny object, an opportunity arises, check it against your goal and your vision. If it doesn't have the same energy as your vision, the answer's a no. Like, that's just the fastest way to make decisions, right? Does it feel the same as the vision? If it's not, then no. That will keep you focused. So the quarterly goals are the part of the annual strategic plan that really keep you focused. So we're going to dive straight on into these. It's not enough to have a strategic plan. You need to turn that shit into something usable. This is where people get overwhelmed, right? They set a massive big plan and then they don't put in any of the details of how they're going to get there. And you don't want every single detail. Like, I don't want you to think about how. Remember, we're doing big level visioning here. We're not diving into how. You're writing out the what, right? The how comes later. So setting quarterly goals basically chunks down your goal into little sub goals so that you can reach success. I mean, when you eat an elephant, it's one bite at a time, right? You don't just try and eat the whole goddamn thing whole. You've got to like plan out what you're going to do and when. Because when you're in overwhelm, then you just get into procrastination. Or if you're a type A, like most entrepreneurs are, then that procrastination will look like you're doing your business a favor. It will look like social media. It will look like creating new shit. It will look like making stuff pretty in Canva, right? But it'll just be busy work rather than actual stuff that will lead you towards your annual strategic plan. So slowing down to speed up. In fact, everyone write that down. It's so important. Slow down to speed up. There's no point running along like a freight train unless it's in alignment, right? It needs to be aligned actions. So this is how we're going to do it. If you were going to write a book, if your goal was a book and it had 4 chapters, what would the 4 chapters be? So what if someone asked you to write a book about how you actually reached your goal? What was the first thing you did, the second thing you did, the third thing you did, and the fourth thing you did? So go ahead and type those up into the chat box. We can take a look at those in the Q&A. So if, for example, your goal is to increase your reach and have 2 online group coachings going on, then that might look like, first of all, getting into podcasts so that you are broadcast all around the world. The second one might look like ramping up your branding. And then the third one might be actually doing some advertising. So Google AdWords, YouTube ads, LinkedIn ads. And the fourth might be writing a book. So think about what feels in alignment for you. What are the 4 main steps that got you to the end goal? Okay, now it's time to fill in your annual strategic plan template. I'm going to let you guys do that yourselves, right? Because it's going to take you a little bit of time. But that annual strategic plan is important. Like, really take your time doing it because it's going to guide everything. Don't skip out on it, and don't skip out on the celebration part. When you get to the template, you'll see that it's got the goal at the top, and then it's got 4 boxes for your quarterly plan, and then underneath that it's got another 3 boxes. Now those other 3 boxes are for what your monthly focus will be. Now that monthly focus is what I call your roadmap for success. So it's not enough just to have the quarterly goal. You've got to think about what are the 3 actions, the 3 big actions that you can focus on 1 month at a time that will help you to achieve your little sub goal. Does everyone understand what I mean by the 3 actions? Get to your sub goal. Does everyone understand what I mean? Nod your head if you do, otherwise I'm talking to myself. Okay, cool. I like that. Okay. Tracking results and micro adjustments and business acceleration club tools. So we're going to talk about those. Okay, just as we took your overall goal and turned it into quarterly goals, you're going to continue with that progress by turning your quarterly goals into the monthly objectives. That's your 3 monthly objectives. Then after that, you can also set weekly intentions and daily actions. So it's just about going from really big to smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So your big overarching goal is your vision. Your 4 quarterly goals are your chapters. And then you've got, like, think about them as paragraphs, right? So those 3 boxes, your 3 monthly focuses will be like the paragraphs of each of those chapters. And that's as far as you go in the annual strategic plan. But when you're actually thinking about your business, you could take that month. So at the beginning of the month, it's a great idea to be planning out what you're going to be doing in your business for that month. And you can plan out what is the one thing you're going to achieve in each week. And then each week, when you do your business planning, you can take that 1 weekly thing that you're going to achieve and chunk it down into actual tasks. That's where the how comes into the what. Okay. Staying on track is very much like driving a car. When you're driving a car, you're making little micro adjustments. You don't want to end up in the ditch. You don't just drive straight ahead, right? When you're driving a car, if you're not paying attention, you're going to end up in the ditch. But just because you've set an annual strategic plan, it's not the be all and end all of everything, right? You're still a human being, and you're still operating in a business. You still have like all the 5 forces around you that are, like the environment and the economy and people and everything else. And plus you're changing interests and values as well, right? So you want to be able to make little tiny adjustments to your strategic plan as you go. But if you don't have your eye on the prize, you're not going to know when you're off track. So really connecting to the annual strategic plan is super important. Do a daily review. Think about what worked in your day and what didn't. Did you actually take some steps today towards your annual strategic plan? Because if you're not taking one tiny step every day, again, it's not going to happen. It's what you do every day that matters. It's not what you do once a month. It's not what you do once a week. It's what you do every single fucking day. Okay. We covered quite a bit. We got you really clear about your direction and how you can actually grow in a way that fits in with your lifestyle. We created a goal that would lead you to success. Then we talked about how to set an annual strategic plan, which you're going to do in your template afterwards. We defined the quarterly goals, which will keep you out of overwhelm and procrastination. And then I talked to you a little bit about reviewing your business. That really is the trick, right? There's no point setting an annual strategic plan if you're not going to look at it and review your business all the time. They're super, super important. So now I want you to think about these 3 things. How do you choose to show up differently as a business person from this point on? What are your intentions for you as the business person? Write it down. What do you commit to? And then what was your biggest aha for yourself today? How did you surprise yourself in what you saw or decided today? And then what level of support do you choose to call in for yourself and your business dreams now? Don't set the big goal and then not give yourself what you need to get there. These are the 4 things that you want to do now. Match your growth plan to your marketing plan. Make sure your marketing plan matches your growth plan. For those in the Business Acceleration Club, you've all got a template to that marketing plan, right? There's a whole Trello board on it. Make sure that marketing plan matches your growth plan. Then implement the structures and the systems. that match your growth. So that's tech tools, systems, and then do the work and commit to making your dreams a reality. Stay on track and measure your results and your progress daily, every single day. Stay on track and out of overwhelm. Take daily aligned actions and get the support you need to make fast growth painless. Okie dokie. All right. We're going to have a Q&A at the end, so stick around for a little bit. I'm going to talk to you about the Business Acceleration Club briefly, and then I'm going to take a look at all your goals, and you can ask me any questions you want to about your particular growth plan. Okay, Business Acceleration Club is where people that are growing their business hang out, right? It's for people that actually want to accelerate their business plan. It's for you if you want to match your marketing plan to your business growth. It's for you if you want help to build out sales funnels at work. It's for you if you want to implement the structures and systems and rhythms that successful business owners follow. It's all the MBA, CEO, boss bitch stuff without having to go and do a goddamn 3-year master's, right? It's all of the stuff you need to run your business in a successful way. What's included? Everything, because I'm sick of women getting sold solutions that only have a part of it, right? It's weekly coaching, it's online courses, it's all the support, it's everything in there. What I see in other groups and what I hear from people that have done other groups is that they follow a path, right? So everyone has to do the same thing every single week. It doesn't work for you, right? Because you're individual business owners. It has to be coaching around your individual businesses. And that's exactly what we do. First of all, we get you being the woman who succeeds. And we do that by giving you the rhythms and giving you the success and the confidence and the better structure so that you can actually show up for your business. Then we hone your marketing methods. Then we hone everything. We do the branding, we do the marketing message, we do exactly who you're serving, we do client avatars, we do marketing research. I teach you all the structures you need. Third, we increase your sales capabilities and skills and teach you about calling in the money. So there's mindset work. There's a whole host of marketing lessons. There's everything, right? But you have to commit to it. You've got to really be committed to being fully immersed in learning. Okay, accountability. I don't beat around the bush. I do have your best interests at heart. I'm not a softly type coach, as those who have worked with me will know, right? Softly doesn't work for me, and it doesn't work for my clients because my clients are fucking committed to achieving their goals. So that's what I give them, right? I call them out when the bullshit comes. I pull them up on it, and we hone the direction so they can move forward out of that. All of it, there is a shit ton of stuff, right? I've done a shit ton more stuff than what's in the BAC. And if you're doing all your training and you're on top of it and you want more, ask for more. There's always freaking more, right? You can have whatever I have got. If you do the work and you commit to all your training like you're supposed to and it doesn't work, I'll give you your money back. Okay. When does it start? The doors are open now, so that the courses can be accessed right now. The live coaching doesn't start until the 25th of January. That gives us time to get everything sorted and for you to get your kids organized for school and for everything else to happen. There's always surprise bonuses and live trainings. I don't have it written down here, but whenever I do something new, my Business Acceleration Club girls get it because I like you to have absolutely everything. It's weekly calls. It's a Tuesday at 10 o'clock in the morning. So you can get the kids off to school and then come to the meeting after that. It's for all types of businesses, right? I've had every type of businesses imaginable in there, but what is common amongst all the women in the Business Acceleration Club is that they are all here to change the world. They're not here to play small. They're actually here to change the way that things are done. How much time do you need to dedicate each week? 4 hours, including the coaching. Okay, so at least 2 hours need to be dedicated to doing your online learning. You need to turn up to the coaching sessions every single week and do all of the homework. Okay, there's heaps of testimonials everywhere. You guys can all go and find them. If you want to take a closer look at what the Business Acceleration Club is and isn't, and kind of what the courses are and what the coaching is, there's a whole sales page on it. You'll be able to find that on my website. But basically, it's weekly coaching, it's 24-hour support, and it's all of the online trainings. There's tons of them, and I add to them always. The workshop bonuses, I always like to give people who actually attend the workshop the bonuses. So there's Soul Method Marketing and the VIP Day Next Level Branding, which is $777 US. If you sign up off the back of this workshop, you get access to that. It's next Friday, by the way, that VIP Branding Day. Total value is $18,000. You get it for $299, right? That's in US dollars, $299. Pay in full bonuses, you get the marketing course. If you're paying in full, you also get $555 US to spend in any of my other programs or to spend on one-on-one coaching with me. Plus, you also get a one-on-one session. There's a payment plan of $1,111, just because I like the numbers. And that's 3 payments. Okay, access to the payment plans, but I will get that workbook sent out to you and the recording, and I'll have a link to the payment plan in there. If you want to access the bonuses for the workshop, put your details in the chat box for me and I'll talk to you directly. All right, let's check your guys' Q&A. I'm just going to stop this recording and then we'll dive into the Q&A. Just give me a second.